The Stone Age, beginning 2.6 million years ago, not only marks the start of innovation and invention, but cultural development. Particularly as societies and communities were created, they developed their own system of burial rituals. There are three distinct periods of the Stone Age, but today we are going to visit the Neolithic period in Stone Age Italy. Matera, Italy's oldest city dating back to 9,000 years ago, is surrounded by countrysides. Amongst countrysides such as these, Italians would farm them for grain, olives, and other similar staples. Agricultural communities emerged amongst these areas. The terrain was not particularly flat, so there was a lot of mountains. That being said, these communities had access to caves. These caves became a huge part of their burial rituals. Not only did caves serve artistic and housing purposes, they also served cemetery purposes. Approximately 7,000 years ago, early Italian farmers practiced an unusual burial ritual known as defleshing. When someone died, villagers stripped their bones bare, pulled them apart, and mingled them with animal remains in a nearby cave. This process was designed to separate the dead from the living. Pictured is defleshed and disarticulated bones found during excavations of Italy's Scaloria Cave's upper chamber. An archaeologist of the University of Cambridge, John Robb, and his team examined the bones of 22 Neolithic humans discovered in Scaloria Cave. Among the remains were animal bones, broken pottery, and stone tools. While examining the remains, John Robb and his team discovered light cut marks on the bones, indicating there was little to no effort made to remove the muscle tissue. Light cut marks such as the ones pictured led to the theory that the defleshing process was part of a long, multi-stage burial. It is suspected that this burial process took up to a year, meaning by the time they started cleaning the bones, the body was pretty decomposed. No one is entirely sure why the Neolithic farmers chose caves as the final resting place. But not too far off in northern Italy, archaeologists made a similar discovery in the Marcel Lubin's cave. A 5,600-year-old Neolithic skull was found in a narrow shaft. After examining the skull, researchers discovered that this head was also defleshed. It is assumed that this individual was also dismembered as part of a funeral ritual. Marks on the skull and teeth determined that this individual had benign tumors and anemia. Evidence of drilling was also found on the skull, a common practice during the time to relieve head pain. Although experts are not entirely certain as to why the Neolithic people practiced this burial ritual, they suspect that the cleaning process and deposition in the cave was a way for the living to return the bones to their stone-like origins, so, in a sense, completing a cycle of incarnation. So, how do you feel about this defleshing funeral practice? Let us know in the comments.